Imagine for a moment that you are the captain of a ship navigating through a violent storm. The waves are crashing over the bow, the wind is howling, and the crew is screaming in panic. In this scenario, the storm represents the world around you, the unexpected bills, the conflict at work, the betrayal of a friend. Now, look at the captain. If the captain panics, the ship is lost. But if the captain remains still, focused solely on the wheel and the compass, the ship survives. That captain is your ruling reason. But here is the terrifying truth. For most of us, the captain has abandoned the wheel, and we have let the screaming crew, our reactive emotions, take command of the ship. We are not steering, we are drifting. The problem isn't the storm, the problem is the mutiny in your mind. We often click on videos promising 5 simple ways to be happy, hoping for a quick fix, a band-aid for a broken leg. But to truly crush negativity, to pulverize the very roots of anxiety and anger, we cannot rely on tips. We need a complete structural renovation of how we view reality. We are going to move beyond the basics of Stoicism and enter the engine room of human psychology. We are going to explore how to regain command of the ship, not by stopping the storm, but by becoming unsinkable. This is not just advice, this is a manual for mental sovereignty. To understand why we suffer, we must first understand the mechanism of suffering. We often believe that negativity is an injection from the outside world. We think, that person made me angry, or this traffic is making me stressed. We speak as if emotions are viruses that infect us against our will. The Stoics, specifically Epictetus, argued that this is a fundamental error in perception. He taught that it is not events that disturb us, but our judgments about those events. This sounds simple, but let's slow down and dissect what this actually means for your neural pathways. Consider the anatomy of a negative emotion. It happens in 3 stages. First, there is the impression. Raw data enters your senses. You hear a rude comment, or you see a bank overdraft. This is neutral information. It is simply physics and sound waves. Second, there is the interpretation. Your mind instantly labels this data as bad, insulting, or catastrophic. Third, there is the reaction. You feel the adrenaline, the heat in your chest, the spiraling thoughts. Most of us live our entire lives thinking stages 1 and 3 are connected, completely blind to stage 2. We think the insult caused the anger, but the Stoic master knows that the battle is won or lost entirely in stage 2, the interpretation. This is the discipline of ascent. It is the ability to stand guard at the door of your mind and check the ID of every impression that tries to enter. When a negative thought arrives, perhaps the fear that you are not good enough, you do not let it walk right in and sit on the throne of your psyche. You stop it, you interrogate it, you strip it naked and ask, are you a fact or are you a judgment? By simply recognizing that there is a gap between the event and your emotion, you create a space of power. In that space, you can choose not to assent to the negativity. You can look at the rude person and say, they are acting according to their own flawed nature. This has nothing to do with me. In that moment, you step out of the storm and back behind the wheel. Once we understand that judgment is the root of distress, we must define the perimeter of our power. You have likely heard of the dichotomy of control, knowing what is up to us and what is not. But let's take this deeper. This isn't just a list of things to ignore. It is a definition of identity. Most people place their self-worth in things they do not control, their reputation, their wealth, the health of their bodies, and the opinions of others. When you build your house on land you do not own, you should not be surprised when you are evicted. When you tie your happiness to external outcomes, you are essentially a slave to circumstance. If your peace of mind depends on your boss being in a good mood, then your boss is your master. If your confidence depends on the number of likes on a post, then the algorithm is your master. The Stoic realizes that the only thing that is truly ours is our own reasoned choice, our character. This is the inner citadel. It is a fortress that no arrow can pierce, no fire can burn, and no tyrant can conquer. Visualizing this fortress is crucial. Imagine your mind as a castle. Outside the walls are the indifference, money, status, health, and other people's actions. These things are preferred, sure, but they are not you. Inside the walls is your integrity, your capacity to love, your honesty, and your judgment. Negativity arises when we lower the drawbridge and let the external world sack the castle. We cry because we lost money, forgetting that money was never inside the keep to begin with. To crush negativity, you must ruthlessly redraw the boundaries of your concern. You must wake up every morning and say, "Today I will tend to my own garden. If it rains on the fields outside, so be it, but the greenhouse of my mind is under my control." This radical ownership eliminates the victim mindset, which is the primary fuel for all negativity. Now that we have fortified our defenses, we must train for the attack. Modern positive psychology often tells us to visualize success, to imagine everything going perfectly. The Stoics would argue that this sets us up for devastation. When you expect the world to be kind, every minor inconvenience feels like a betrayal. Instead, we practice Premeditatio Malorum, the premeditation of evils. This is not about being a pessimist, it is about being a realist who is immune to shock. Think of it like a vaccine. A vaccine introduces a small, controlled amount of a virus to the body so the immune system can learn how to defeat it. Negative visualization is a vaccine for the soul. In the quiet of the morning, you should take a few moments to vividly imagine the things you fear. Imagine losing your job. Imagine the car breaking down. Imagine the person you love betraying you. Sit with that feeling, and then answer the question, what would I do? You will realize something profound. You would survive. You would cope. You would find a new job. You would fix the car. You would heal from the heartbreak. By facing the worst-case scenario in the safety of your mind, you rob the future of its ability to scare you. Anxiety thrives on the unknown, on the what if. When you shine the light of reason into the dark corners of the what if, the monsters disappear. You realize that you are stronger than you thought. When the actual problem arises later in the day, you don't panic. You say, "I have already seen this. I have already prepared for this. I am ready." You move through the world, not with the fragility of a glass vase, but with the durability of a tempered blade. We have discussed defense, but how do we go on the offense? How do we turn negativity into fuel? This brings us to one of the most powerful concepts in the history of human thought, Amor Fati, or the love of fate. It is human nature to resist what we dislike. We complain about the rain, we resent the traffic, we mourn our losses. This resistance creates friction, and friction creates suffering. We spend so much energy wishing reality were different than it is. The Stoic does not merely tolerate hardship. The Stoic embraces it. Imagine a fire. If you throw a log into a small fire, it might smother it. But if the fire is blazing, it consumes the log and burns brighter because of it. Your mind must be that blazing fire. Every obstacle, every rude person, every failure is simply fuel. When a project fails, the non-Stoic says, "This is a disaster." The Stoic says, "Good. This is an opportunity to practice patience, to learn resilience, and to start again more intelligently." This is the Alchemist's mindset. You are taking the lead weight of negativity and transmuting it into the gold of character. When you adopt this view, you become invincible. How can life hurt you if you use every blow to make yourself stronger? If you lose your job, it is freedom to pursue a passion. If you are sick, it is a time to cultivate the mind rather than the body. You stop demanding that the world fits your preferences and start fitting yourself to the world. You surrender the fight against reality and join the dance. When you love your fate, not just the good parts, but the painful parts too, you eliminate the gap between what is happening and what you want to happen. And in the absence of that gap, negativity cannot survive. Finally, we must address the source of our pettiest grievances, our ego. Most of our negativity comes from a sense of inflated self-importance. We get angry because someone cut us off, because life isn't treating us fairly. We are trapped in the claustrophobia of our own heads, viewing every event as a personal drama where we are the star. The cure for this is the view from above. I want you to attempt a mental exercise. Close your eyes and pull your perspective up, out of your body. Rise above the room you are in. Rise above your city. See the grid of streets, the thousands of cars, the millions of people, each with their own hopes, fears, and struggles. Go higher. See the continent, the curve of the earth, the pale blue dots suspended in the vast, silent darkness of space. From this vantage point, look down at your problem. Look down at the email that upset you, or the comment that made you angry. Does it not seem incredibly small? This is not meant to make you feel insignificant in a depressing way. It is meant to liberate you. It reminds you that you are a fleeting part of a massive, interconnected whole. The Earth has existed for 4 billion years. Your lifespan is a blink of an eye. Do you really want to spend that precious, fleeting second being angry? Do you want to waste your brief moment in the sun nursing a grudge? The cosmic perspective washes away the trivial. It leaves only what matters: virtue, love, and the present moment. It brings a profound silence to the chatter of the mind. As we conclude this deep dive, remember that understanding these concepts is the easy part. Living them is the work of a lifetime. You will not listen to this and instantly become a sage. You will still get angry. You will still feel fear. You will still fail. That is okay. Stoicism is not a state of perfection. It is a direction. It is the constant, gentle effort to bring the mind back to the center again and again. Your mind is a muscle. Every time you catch a negative judgment and correct it, you are doing a repetition. Every time you choose not to complain, you are getting stronger. Every time you accept a misfortune with a smile, you are becoming freer. Do not look for a life without storms. That is a fairy tale. Look for the strength to sail through them. You have the map, you have the compass. The wheel is in your hands. Now, it is time to steer.